Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noor Hazirah binti Azan. My metric number is 05471 and 3. So, our group today will be presenting best entitled Francis Bacon and his new philosophical foundation and the four idols from pages 46 until 53. We're presenting about Bacon article. So, Francis Bacon left behind a solid reputation and a great intellect that has been developed by the best education available at that time. Position by position, Francis Bacon rose through the state level until he attained its top. He came very close to realizing Plato's vision of the philosopher's king who gathered all the world's knowledge and power in his own. He also enrolled into Gray's Inn and devoted himself seriously to the study of law. Francis Bacon may have put in extra effort because he worked very, very hard at his profession and quickly gained fame. Next, at the age of 23, he was chosen to represent the Macomb Regis in Parliament in 1984 and Taunton in 1986. He became a member for Liverpool and a reader at Gray's in the great year of 88, the year of Armada. The philosophers had already written the first sketch of his ideas regarding the new knowledge, which he titled Temporis Partus Maximus, the greatest birth of time, in the simple grandiloquence of youth. Lastly, according to his article, Bacon, either you spend a lot of time studying theory, which is a form of idleness, or you add to it, which is a love of appearance, and either you base your opinion solely on its principle and not other, which is the word side of wit. These few lines in which Bacon screamed was a remedy put an end to scholastic philosophy because it called for distinction between knowledge and its use, and it raised the importance of observation and the practical result of scientific study, and that's also have a feature that clearly distinguishes English philosophy, which is its foundational philosophy.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is FATIN IZZAH binti NOORISMA IZZAH. Metric number 054905. Okay, philosophy. Philosophy throughout the Middle Age was based on errors that could not lead to a new science. The logical syllogism as a means of supporting doctrines and opinions. You are forced to accept its premises in a way that is no doubt justified, no matter how much you research and conclude. You are limited to the limits of the teaching you receive in the beginning. If you want to reform and lift philosophy out of the abyss where it has slipped, then there must be a revolution that destroys the old and outdated method of research. Bacon arose and laid a new foundation for research. His first step was observation and experiment. He established in them that we use it very slowly and very carefully. Slowness and caution are the most prominent things that Bacon instilled with its special character that distinguishes it from its predecessors in the Middle Age and Antiquity. People jump and do not take precautions because it is enough for them to collect a few examples that they collect through observation to establish on their basis general philosophical theory they want. In order to build in their place his new building, he deliberately cleansed the mind of everything polluted by them. They do not begin at the stage of generalization unless they collect from partial examples the largest possible number. If you want to think peacefully and research productively and sanely, we must get rid of the false errors and illusions. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is IWANI HADHIRAH binti MOHAMMED BAZLAN 054845, and now I will continue to the 4 idols. According to Francis Bacon, truth can be obtained by using scientific inquiry, critical and inductive thinking. Furthermore, Bacon defines knowledge as power. In order to exercise power, human must acquire knowledge of nature by means of a special method, because observation by the senses only will produce unbelievable things. Observation, according to Bacon, is mixed with false image that calls idols. So false image idols must be removed, and by that of careful gathering of facts, a reliable knowledge of nature is obtained. Bacon first wants to record the factors of error and the causes of slippage before proceeding to draw up his new plan, and he confines them to 4 groups that he calls this name. First is idols of the race, second idols of the cave, third idols of the market, and fourth idols of the theater. Okay, now we move on to idols of the race. Namely, conclusions drawn without adequate data or facts, or collective prejudice that are simply believed without observation or experimentation, making conclusions without sufficient basis, stopping at reasons that are still shallow, as in general ordinary people, races, or tribes. So the source of these idols basically stems from human nature itself, from the human race, such as the example of humans who only have 5 senses. Everything is measured according to individual personal standards, not according to universal standards, whereas the human mind is a false mirror reflecting irregular light, and straightening the facts of everything by making its own facts with the facts of something earlier. In this way, humans have the potential to become distant or close from the fact of truth. He tries to compel everything else to rise up as proof of the validity of his case, and if he encounters many examples that indicate its plan with a clear and decisive indication, then he will either neglect it, underestimate it, or reject it out of reprehensible fanatism. So it is easier for himself to reject the truth than to reject case, rely on its validity, and believe in its safety over time. Thus, people are quick to notice examples and incidents that support their opinions and beliefs, and neglect or ignore every evidence that establishes the invalidity of those opinions and beliefs. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURIN NASUHA binti KAMARUDIN 056637. Okay, I will continue the presentation with 3 idols from the 4 idols. Second idols is idols of the cave. The personality of the individual formed by nature, the environment, nutrition, and education. Each human being is different from his personal and inclined to make mistakes. For example, scientists and poets tend to analyze and see the differences between things. Philosophers tend to build and sort to see the similarities of things. There exists a group of people who are rigid and disgruntled with the new alternative, and there is a group of people who accept everything new. Okay, here I will show you and talk about idols of the market and theater. For the market, this illusion market has created a meeting between people with language differences and changing the style of conversation from the place of business. However, this has caused the self-formation to become weak and disrupt the mind. Idols of the theatre. Bacon's way of refers to the wisdom of ancient times, accepted such as ancient philosophy. A new method cannot be implemented if a person's thoughts about the old way are not erased. Okay, next is the last part about conclusion. It is clear that these four idols can be gathered in one person. Let us not shackle ourselves with the way of thinking of the ancient people so as not to want to seek the truth and reform in life. Them delusions cannot be done by making an opinion on rotation or change in the earth according to the human environments, such as sunrise and sunset. Only that happens when people meet each other. Thus, we need to open our minds, travel around the world, and learn all opinions of people to verify the truth. Okay, thank you. That's all from us.